1923 may have wrapped up its second season, but don't mistake that for a final goodbye. In fact, for many of its most captivating characters, the story feels like it's only just beginning. Fans are buzzing, theories are flying, and the question on everyone's mind is clear: will there be a season 3? Because right now, too much has been left unsaid, too many storylines still hanging in the balance. And at the center of that uncertainty stands one of the most polarizing characters of all, Elizabeth. Love her or loathe her, she's a character you can't ignore. Some of you see her as reckless, maybe even selfish, but for others, like me, she's raw, real, and beautifully flawed. And her fate? Still shrouded in mystery. What really happened to Elizabeth, and why does her arc hold the key to what comes next? So the rumors swirling around Elizabeth possibly getting a spin-off series of her own? Honestly, I think that's something worth celebrating. Sure, I get it. Not everyone is thrilled by the idea. Some viewers still hold mixed feelings about her choices, her temperament, or how she fits into the Dutton legacy. But here's the thing. This video and everything we're about to unpack about the next chapter of 1923 might just change your perspective. Because love her or hate her, Elizabeth's story is far from over. In fact, it might just be one of the most emotionally powerful arcs yet to be fully explored. Let's break it down. The Season 2 finale didn't give us closure. It gave us questions. Big ones. After losing Jack in that devastating penultimate episode, we watch Elizabeth disappear into the horizon, a grieving, pregnant woman walking away from everything she thought she had. And what makes that moment even more haunting is how the rest of the family responds, or rather, doesn't. There's no comfort, no support. No one stands by her. It's as if she's suddenly invisible to the Duttons, despite carrying a child tied directly to their bloodline. And that silence? It speaks volumes. It forces us to wonder, did she lose the baby? Is that why they turned their backs? Because the Duttons are known for many things, but abandoning one of their own, especially one carrying the next generation, isn't one of them. So if that's not the end, then maybe it's the setup for something far bigger. Something deeper. And perhaps, just perhaps, the focus of Season 3 won't be on the Duttons we've been watching. It'll be on Elizabeth herself. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Michelle Randolph, who portrays Elizabeth, recently confirmed in an interview that yes, Elizabeth is still pregnant in that final scene. That revelation alone turns everything on its head, because it means there's more to her journey than heartbreak. There's resilience. There's survival. And there's the potential to rebuild a life from the ashes of grief. Even Michelle admitted she's been crafting her own imagined storyline for Elizabeth's future. She said, Elizabeth walks away pregnant. We assume she's going back to Boston. We don't know where she's going. That kind of ambiguity? It's not just a loose end, it's a narrative seed planted and ready to bloom. And who knows? Maybe her next steps take her beyond Montana. Maybe she returns stronger, wiser, and more determined to claim her place in a legacy that's tried to shut her out. So if you're someone who dismissed Elizabeth early on, thinking her arc had nowhere left to go, think again. Because the writers might be quietly positioning her as a central figure in what's to come. And if a spin-off is in the works, one that centers on her child, her healing, and her fight to carve out her own future, it could be one of the most emotionally rich stories the Yellowstone universe has ever told. Well, I don't know about you, but those words tell me even the actors were left with questions. And as a longtime Yellowstone fan, I know when that happens in a Taylor Sheridan show, it usually means there's more to come. And honestly, I hope there is, because I'm not ready to say goodbye to her either. And speaking of goodbyes, can we talk about how Jack's death completely blindsided many of us? It happened so fast that we didn't even get to mourn him, which is yet another plot thread waiting to be explored. Michelle even said she had to reread the script because it all happened so quickly. And that's exactly how it felt watching it. One moment they were fighting for each other, and the next it was just over. What a cruel ending for such a beloved character. I still can't believe it. And yes, giving Elizabeth more screen time wouldn't just be satisfying. It would be essential. Her story deserves the kind of emotional depth and closure that only time and thoughtful storytelling can deliver. Imagine watching her grieve Jack not just in silence, but through powerful, heart-wrenching scenes where she reflects on their love, where flashbacks bring us back to those tender moments between them, reminding us of everything they shared. Those memories could serve as a quiet but powerful heartbeat pulsing through a new series, grounding us in what was lost while lighting the way toward what's still possible. Because here's the truth, Elizabeth isn't just carrying a child. She's carrying Jack's legacy. Their love didn't end when his life did. It's continuing in the form of this unborn child, the last living tie to the man she loved and the future they were building together. That's why this story isn't finished. In fact, it's only just beginning. So when people say 1923 is over, I can't help but push back. There's a growing movement of fans who feel exactly the same. There's this unshakable belief that if the story does continue, it won't just be labeled Season 3. It'll be something else. Something fresh. Something deeply personal. And that something might very well be an Elizabeth spinoff. That rumor, yes, the rumor is gaining serious traction. A spin-off centered entirely around Elizabeth, picking up her story where we last saw her, possibly in Boston. And it makes perfect sense. Michelle Randolph herself opened up about how unresolved the ending felt. She said, "I don't feel like I have a full sense of closure either." And when the actor doesn't feel closure, you can bet the audience doesn't either. Her words aren't just a casual remark, they feel like a quiet confirmation that more is on the horizon. And honestly, I'm relieved she said something. Because as we all know, Paramount has a habit of staying tight-lipped about upcoming projects until the rumors catch fire and fans start demanding answers. We've seen it before, and we're seeing it again. But beyond the buzz, let's talk about something even more important: what Elizabeth's baby represents. This isn't just any child. This is potentially the future of the Dutton legacy. Let's piece this together. We know that John Dutton, the patriarch we followed in Yellowstone, belongs to the 5th generation of the family. But if Spencer isn't his grandfather, then someone else must be. And all roads start pointing toward Elizabeth's child. This baby could be the missing link, the generation that bridges the gap between the Duttons we met in 1923 and the ones who take center stage in Yellowstone. That child could grow up to reclaim the ranch, to revive the Dutton name in Montana, to build something new from everything that's been torn apart. An Elizabeth-led spin-off could do more than just continue the story. It could solve one of the biggest mysteries left hanging in the entire Yellowstone universe, the true path of the Dutton family tree. And yes, this is the show we need right now. Not next year. Not someday. Now? At least, that's how I feel. But what about you? Do you think Elizabeth deserves her own series? Do you think her child could be the missing key to the Dutton bloodline? Let me know in the comments, because while we haven't heard anything official yet from Paramount Plus, I think we all know what's coming. And sure, we get it, Taylor Sheridan's plate is overflowing right now. Between tying up the final season of Yellowstone, developing 6,666, launching the Matthew McConaughey spin-off, and mapping out 1,944, there's no shortage of Dutton content in the pipeline. But still, Elizabeth's story feels urgent. It feels unfinished. And if you ask me, it deserves to be told. But none of those shows are set in Elizabeth's era. None of them pick up the emotional thread left dangling at the end of 1923. That's exactly why this new show won't just act as a Season 3, but also as a bridge between 1923 and 1944. And let's not forget Taylor Sheridan has a clear eye for talent, and his continued collaboration with Michelle Randolph says a lot. He brought her into Lawman, Bass Reeves, proving once again that when he sees potential, he nurtures it. It's a trend we've seen across the Sheridan universe. Actors who resonate with audiences often get deeper, richer stories, and sometimes entire series of their own. So if history is any indication, Elizabeth's journey might just be the next chapter we didn't know we needed. Now I want to hear from you. Are you excited about the idea of an Elizabeth spinoff? Do you think her child could become the future of the Dutton dynasty? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love reading your takes. And honestly, you all bring up some of the best theories I've seen online. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more updates, deep dives, and weekly discussions from the Yellowstone universe and beyond, don't forget to like, follow, and hit that bell so you never miss a moment. Thank you for watching, for supporting this channel, and for being part of this amazing community. Your passion is what keeps this conversation alive, and trust me, we've only just begun. And hey, if you're still in the mood for more trauma, mystery, and legacy talk, the video on your screen right now might be exactly what you're looking for. Go check it out.